What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. This is Death from War Tribe, and just took a little break. Lost a family member and hit pretty hard. Um, just an amazing person that left the planet, and you know, just somebody that impacts everybody they come across, and did a lot of great things in the community. Everybody around him was greatly impacted by him. So, um, took a break there, but now I'm back. And, yeah, let's just get into it. March Madness picks. Let's just get started with the men first, and then I'll go on to the women. But Auburn, Alabama State, obviously Auburn. It's not even close. Same thing with Duke and either American or Mount St. Mary's. Mississippi State and Baylor. This should be a good one. I think I trust Baylor more than Mississippi State, so I'm taking Baylor here. Louisville, Creighton. Louisville, they're too good. They're a good team. I haven't seen what Creighton looks like, but I think they're gonna be a good team. Michigan and UC San Diego. Obviously, Michigan's gonna win that one. Texas A&M and Yale. I think this will be a tight one. Texas A&M will eventually pull out at the end. Arizona, Akron. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. Arizona, Akron, Arizona there. Oregon and Liberty, Oregon there. Let's keep going to the bottom. Ole Miss, North Carolina. I'm taking Ole Miss. North Carolina, controversy with them, going to the tournament. I obviously didn't think they were going to go in there, but they're in there. Last night they beat San Diego State by 30 points, which was kind of surprising, but Ole Miss is way better than San Diego State, so I'm taking Ole Miss here. BYU and VCU. BYU is a really good team. Very underrated team, in my opinion. Next, we got Wisconsin and Montana. I'm taking Wisconsin here. Should be easy for them. Iowa State and Lipscomb, however you say it. I'm taking Iowa State here. Marquette and New Mexico, I think that would be a good game. I'm going to take Marquette. Michigan State and Bryant. Michigan State. Alabama, Robert Morris. Obviously, Alabama. Alabama's too good. St. Mary's and Vanderbilt. I'm going to take... I want to take St. Mary's really bad, so might as well just do it. Obviously, I'm not going to get the perfect bracket here. I mean, who can? Round of 32, Alabama, St. Mary's. Taking Alabama. BYU and Wisconsin. That'll be a really good game to watch. I'm going to take BYU. I just think they're that good. Michigan State, Marquette. I'm taking Michigan State. Ole Miss and Iowa State. That would be a classic game of March Madness right there. But I'm taking Iowa State. Made me really think about it. Auburn, Louisville. Auburn. I'm taking Auburn. They're just really good. Duke, Baylor. Duke, obviously, just one of the premier teams. Michigan, Texas A&M. I'm gonna take Texas A&M. Oregon, Arizona. I'm taking Oregon. I think Arizona is not as well rounded as Oregon is. But BYU, Bama. I'm taking Bama here. Iowa State and Michigan State. I'm going to take Iowa State. As crazy as that sounds. But Auburn, Texas A&M, they played already. Texas A&M did win, I think. But I think Auburn will get them back here. Duke, Oregon, I'm just telling you this now. Duke, it's going to be Auburn and Duke for the title. I'll have a whole nother bracket to do. My bad, guys. But let's go into the West in the Midwest region. I'm taking Houston and Florida, UConn or Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma will beat UConn. Gonzaga, Georgia. I'm taking Gonzaga. But I wouldn't be surprised if Georgia won, though. I'm taking Clemson. against McNeese. Memphis, Colorado State. I'm gonna take Memphis. They're not that good. They've been struggling recently. Maryland and Grand Canyon. Maryland. Clemson against Purdue, against High Point. That should be a win for Purdue. Illinois or Texas versus Xavier. That would be a great game, especially if Texas wins it. Missouri over Drake. Texas Tech over UNC Wilmington. Kansas and Arkansas is a tough game to pick between because Kansas is just awful. But I'm taking St. John's over here against Omaha. Obviously taking Tennessee over Wofford. UCLA over Utah State. Kentucky over Troy. And I don't know. I think Kansas will win it against Arkansas, but I think they'll lose to St. John's. Just, that's just how Kansas is. Missouri, Texas Tech. This game could go either way. Both teams are really good. I think Missouri will edge them. No Diddy on that one, please. UCLA, Tennessee. Taking Tennessee by far. Sure, we can pick Illinois over there. And Kentucky's iffy sometimes. But when they can play together in the right way, they can beat about anybody. But St. John's and Missouri. Missouri, I think, would get in there. Kentucky and Tennessee. Tennessee is too good. Clemson, Purdue. Purdue is all right. They're not the best, but they're not that bad. Memphis, Maryland. Taking Maryland there. Florida is too good. And then Houston, Gonzaga, Houston. Florida, Maryland. Taking Florida. Houston, Clemson. Taking Houston. Florida, Missouri. Florida's just too good. They really are. It sucks for me to say that, but it's true. Florida's just too good. Houston, Tennessee. I'm taking Tennessee up there. But in the Final Four, Duke against Tennessee. I'm taking Duke. Auburn, Florida. I can see both of them in there. But no matter who is in there, I still have Duke winning it all. And that's my picks for the men is to do Duke to win the national championship. Now let's move on to the women over here. As the women for Florida State is in a tricky situation, as you'll see here in a second. South Carolina obviously is going to beat Tennessee Tech. UCLA is going to be up there. Richmond against Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech, I think, will win. Utah, Indiana. Now, this is just based on nothing. I haven't watched really that much of anybody besides South Carolina. And then maybe UConn. That's about it. And then obviously Florida State. But anybody else, I have no clue. So, blind picks. Ole Miss, Ball State. Obviously Ole Miss. Alabama, Green Bay. Maryland, Norfolk. Maryland, obviously. Baylor. Obviously Florida State against George Mason. But this is the part I was talking about. They're playing the Baton Rouge area in this tournament. So, obviously LSU will have to play Florida State. And I'll probably do a preview on this once we beat George Mason. But remember, take one game at a time. I'm going to take West Virginia over here. North Carolina over here. Obviously, Florida State could have been a better seed if we, could win a couple games here and there and probably went deeper in the ACC tournament. But hey, what can you really do about it? And you probably would have been favorable over here, playing against Oregon State and then West Virginia. And then either playing Duke or Oregon. But hey, it is what it is. Michigan State and Harvard's in there. That's shocker. NC State. And then there's Duke and Lehigh over here in this corner. Taking Duke. Vanderbilt and Oregon. I'm going to take Oregon down here. I'm going to fill this top up real quick. South Carolina, UCLA. Taking Ole Miss here. And then I feel like this would be a really close game. But I'm going to take Maryland. Florida State and LSU. Florida State, Tanaya Latson would have to score about 35. OMG Gordon would have to score at least 20 points. And Mikhail Timpson needs at least a triple-double. In order to win, everybody needs to step up because LSU is just that good. But that doesn't happen. Florida State is in trouble, but I'm taking LSU. But NC State down here, Oregon and Duke. Duke is really good. And then taking North Carolina, Duke once again for the third time this year. LSU, NC State, LSU. Taking Duke over North Carolina. Duke is pretty good. UCLA is pretty good. South Carolina is pretty good too. But South Carolina is way better than Duke. And then LSU. This will be a good game though, but I think LSU will probably come back from like 20 or something, because that's what they usually do. They don't quit, which I can respect. But down here we got Texas, and then USC against nobodies. Cal against Mississippi State. I'm taking Cal here. Illinois versus Creighton. I'm taking Illinois. They did beat Florida State early in the season. K-State taking the W here against Fairfield. Tennessee against South Florida. Ohio State against Montana State. Kentucky over Liberty. Iowa over Murray State. And then I'm taking Michigan over here along with Notre Dame against SF Austin. Oklahoma will win that game. Taking Oklahoma State and then UConn here. I know I'm kind of going quick, but it's kind of easy for at least this one, the women. Louisville, Nebraska. Taking Louisville and TCU. And then this would be a good game. This happens. Haley Van Lith playing against her old college. I think TCU will win that one. I think Michigan will win. Notre Dame with I keep forgetting how did you say her name. But without her, if she don't do well, Notre Dame will lose every time. So I'm picking Michigan there. I'm picking UConn over Oklahoma State. And then I'm going to pick Oklahoma. And then I'm going to pick UConn. And then Michigan against TCU. Picking TCU. Tennessee, Ohio State. I'm taking Ohio State. And then K-State against Kentucky. I'm going to take Kentucky. Georgia Amore. She's pretty good. Have you ever seen her? If you just see her play against LSU, you'd be in shock and amazed. She was balling. Even though they lost, she was balling. USC, not Georgia. Juju Watkins probably go crazy. This would be a good game. I think USC is just better. Texas over Illinois. And then I'm picking Texas over Ohio State. And then Texas is way better than TCU. And then UConn and Paige Beckers. Too good. LSU, UConn. I think UConn will pull it out. LSU is not that. They're a really great team, but they're not like Angel Reese type. Every player is a McDonald's All-American like South Carolina is. So I'm picking South Carolina against UConn, the national championship in a rematch, and I think South Carolina will win. So there's my brackets for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is Dev from More Tribe. Peace out.